can tell that you're high too. That's okay, baby, 'cause I just wanna party with you. 'Cause when we hit the beat, baby, I just wanna party with you all night. Someone on the phone, 'cause I can't hold my tongue. 'Cause if I get too drunk, baby, then I'm gonna ruin the fun. That's such a problem, it's because I've seen too much, baby. Sorry if I get PTSD, but I just wanna party with you all night, because you make me happy. That's right, I wanna party with you tonight, because you make everything alright.
You're listening to the Pittsburgh Pile Driver Podcast.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're listening to the Pittsburgh Pile Driver Podcast. This is the Pittsburgh Pile Driver Podcast. We're happy that you're here, and we're happy that you're listening, wherever you may be, in your life, in your personal journey. We're happy you chose us to fill at this particular moment into your ear hole. That's sexual innuendo, or it's just poor phrasing. That's for the audience to decide. In any case, Lord have mercy, we've got so much crap to do on these two shows here this week, next week, whatever week, you'll figure it out. My heavens, there's AEW, just shenanigans out the wazoo. We've got to talk about WrestleMania 40, the biggest and, in my opinion, best WrestleMania that I've ever seen. We're in a new era, and things can only get better from here. For one company, maybe it could get worse for another. That's for the boss to decide. Oh, Lord have mercy. Anyway, let's kick these shenanigans off. I'm your host, River City Ransom, and I'm joined by my broadcast colleagues, Beef, Don't Call Me From Clearfield, the legend, accompanying us at a later time. Maybe this episode, maybe next episode, you'll have to spin the chamber, Boris, and find out, because we don't know. Will be Poot. You better call me from Clearfield, hometown pride, the Bard. Somewhere along the line, he'll be along, maybe. Just, this is the guessing game with him. You got to listen to the whole episode to find out where the sweet spot is, where the Poot's going to be, because nobody knows. We don't even know. It's like what are those things? It's a surprise, right? Right, guys? Guys? Yes. And also joining us on this episode and next episode, not Poot, but the new Cruiserweight champ, Tiger Bonton. Gross. Beef. What do we do here?
What are those things called? Surprises?
Whiz-dizzlers.
Who's he? What's it?
All right. Well, let's talk about it. Let me get the scores out of the way here because it happened. It's over. Go home.
Plunder asunder.
The Cruiserweight title is finally back home after almost a year's time. After exactly a year's time. Tiger Bomb Tom is the new Cruiserweight champion. Congratulations, Tom.
Thank you.
It was a very close race at all points, really. Pat came second at 126.
Patty.
Was Pat the incumbent or was Dave the incumbent? I always
Dave.
forget.
Dave wasn't. He had a fall from grace.
Boy, did he fuck up. Yeah, he didn't do great at all. Amber
Oh.
came in at 124. I came in at 123. Yeah, you beat me. 1 point. Good fucking job. Ransom had 121.
Dummy.
Right there with all. Well, no, you're right there with all of us.
Yeah.
Poot scrappled together a 112 after his NXT picks. I'm surprised he got that. Dave didn't scrapple anything. He got a 107 because he fucking kicked the door jam on the way out of the door on the NXT picks. Jesus.
Oh.
And surprisingly, so coming into this weekend, Scoob had 27 points.
What?
He finished with he finished with 81.
Wow. All right. He got
Yeah,
some.
so Scoob made some hay. It's just that he was
If he wasn't that far behind,
far.
he would have done really well this weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was so far behind.
Yeah, from the word go, like what he picked, like the Miz to win the Royal Rumble and some shit like that before.
Mhm.
Like it was. He'll get
I'm
there.
pretty sure one of his events he went 0 for.
Yeah.
Not for lack of picking either. I'm pretty sure he picked and it with an 0 for, and I'm like, oh, Scoob.
Poor Scoob.
So yeah, I mean, but
Poor Scoob.
he's rounding into form. Surprisingly, Amber's rounding into form. There's no choke this time. Pat's doing consistently well. Dave, shockingly, really biffed it. Dave, watch some NXT, my dude. It's fun again. So
It's fun again. Hey, look, I don't care about this anymore. I'm done talking about this. We're done.
All right.
Move on. Time to go. AEW's pooping the bed.
Yeah.
It's not a good look. And let me tell you this, Beef. It's not a good look for Tony Khan. However, after that footage, it's not the best look either for your boy CM Punk.
Disagree.
As he famously likes to say, tell me when I'm lying. Okay. Jack Perry, according to the footage, was standing in the back. CM Punk came up to him. If you watch that video, Jack Perry...
I'd say they crossed paths more or less, but yeah, okay.
So I mean, Jack you want to spin it however you want to spin it in favor of your boy. I get it. Jack Perry was standing still. CM Punk was the one who approached his circle. And as Jack Perry was stroking his hair, both hands, by the way, there was the shove or punch. Can't really tell from the video, but the snake oil salesman struck first and struck second, while Jack Perry's hands were in his own hair. So, look, you say what you will about Tony Khan. You have a big opinion on that. So do I. I think it was a stupid move. But this footage absolutely shows CM Punk as the aggressor.
No,
as the physical aggressor, because we don't know what's being said. But as the physical aggressor. Yeah. But, I mean, look, there's a big difference, though. I can come up to you or Tom and say whatever the heck I want to say. And if you like it, great. If you get pissed, fine. But the moment you throw hands, you're wrong. I don't care what I say to you. I don't care how pissy you get. I don't care how, you've stroked my ego and offended me and hurt my feelings and said something about real glass. The moment you throw hands, you're in the wrong, not the other way around. Go ahead.
I disagree. I 100% disagree with that sentiment. I think especially if you know, like, the dude's got a temper and you're fucking playing with fire,
No,
That's on you. No, I mean, like
as
I think we've seen.
as a
I think
personal what's the word? As a personal rule, I refuse to walk on eggshells around somebody. If you can't handle words, remove yourself from the situation. You delicate little flower, piss off. Like learn to handle words.
No, you're right to a point, but at the same time, like I think that words can also be super incendiary, and like
They can.
let me
They can.
let me
No,
let me
you go
say
ahead.
this.
Go ahead.
All
I'll
right,
scream at
yeah.
you in a minute.
So let's back up here. I'm pissed that we have to spend our post WrestleMania show. No, I have to, but I wanted to. Talking about this. Quite possibly, literally the best WrestleMania, the biggest WrestleMania, the most exciting WrestleMania of all time. Here we are talking about AEW, which, I understand we don't necessarily do enough, but not in a great way. I've backed AEW up to the point where, like, I'm against the cliff. And, like, I feel like the wolves are at my door. And, like, so I personally have gone on record as being the fucking AEW mark and being like the dude that's like, all right, I'm the AEW guy. I've bought like 89% of their events. I've missed, I think, 3 along the way. So yeah, I'm an AEW fan, but this is egregious.
Are you an AEW fan or a
Um,
WCW fan? Because I can't tell the difference these days.
yeah, that's a whole other fucking can of worms. But this is egregious. All right, so let me make my incendiary comments out of the way, and then we'll have a verbal spar. I think that this is absolute fucking petty from Tony Khan, Tom Petty, if you will.
Don't besmirch his name like that.
He. The only thing I can figure is this: like, this is the closest situation to a jilted lover that I've ever seen in wrestling, in a business where we've had jilted lovers. Um, I sent it in the chat earlier with like, a little bit of like tongue in cheek, but I think it's apropos. The old saying, never meet your heroes. I think that Tony Khan loved CM Punk in the way that, like, I love CM Punk, in the way that a lot of marks love CM Punk, in that he's a dude who changed the business.
Fanboy.
Better or worse, yeah, more or less. Better or worse, Phil Brooks changed the business that was professional wrestling. Between Phil Brooks and Bryan Danielson, those two dudes evolved the product from fucking, Duke the Dumpster and
Yeah.
fucking, piss and shit and tits all over
Oh.
to um actual, like, good product. Actually good wrestling, phenomenal promos, and like actual great psychology. I don't think we end up with the product that we get in AEW or in AEW or WWE without those two men. So that
Agree.
said, Tony Khan, I think, has a reverence for him and brought him back to his house and said, I'm going to give the olive branch to CM Punk. I'm going to get him back to professional wrestling. He did. And I felt like he felt disrespected in his own house. Um, you've seen the footage. If you haven't, it's out there. Oh no, wait, it's not. It's being removed because AEW is like, oh fuck, we look like chumps, and
Oh
everybody's
no, is it
laughing at us.
really?
Oh, dude, anywhere that's hosting the footage, they're fucking striking down real quick.
Really?
Oh.
Yep, because nothing says we
no.
made a fucking terrible decision than pivoting 24 hours later.
Oh.
So
Yee.
the footage doesn't have audio because it's fucking whatever. I'm sure the audio exists out there somewhere. Like, if you're telling me that no one got any of this fucking audio, I'm calling you a liar. In this day and age, someone has
Oh
fucking
yeah.
audio.
Yep.
We'll never hear it, but it's out there. But yeah, basically, CM Punk was walking through Jack Perry. You're 100% right. CM Punk entered his space first. That is accurate. And they had a verbal tussle. And I think Punk has said it. He didn't handle it well. Jack didn't handle it well. But to be fair, Punk's an idiot for expecting a fucking child to act right. Um, immature kids are gonna be fucking immature kids. They're gonna fucking press your buttons as hard as they can to get the fucking result that they can. Sometimes they just like to fucking cause madness. Sometimes they want to fucking start a riot, whatever. Like I was a teacher, I dealt with this. I didn't walk around punching kids. So yeah, I'm not gonna completely exonerate Phil Brooks, but what I'll say is this is that Phil owned up to it. Phil absolutely gave it, and the video went down exactly like Ariel Helwani's interview said it did, with the exception of I think that Phil made it seem like he may not have been the physical aggressor. He absolutely was. Now again, what Jack Perry said to get him to that point, I think is relevant, but also something that we can't know. All of that to say is this: I've seen more excitement out of a fight in junior high school. And here's some other key points. Tony Khan with his little, I've never felt so scared in all my life. Where he was behind that row of monitors, where CM Punk literally leaned around the corner and said, "Fix this or I will." Or when he said, "I quit," one of those two things. Oh no, don't lean around a corner at me. There was no fucking lunge. CM Punk leaned around a corner to basically say fuck you, Tony, was done. So scary. And did you notice how many fucking people were wearing headsets in that shot? Because I did. In addition to going on in front of presumptive gorilla, where you had all those idiots behind those monitors, right in front of the fucking boss table, who could have stood up 10 seconds into that argument to diffuse it and go, dudes, save it. You also had at least 3, if not more, people with fucking headsets on. You know who they are? They're producers. They too could have taken the mantle of leadership and said, "Oh fuck, this isn't good." First of all, when Jack Perry looked at that camera and said, "It's real glass, cry me a river," and I've said this before, like someone should have fucking put a detail of security on Punk. Someone should have fucking been a buffer there. But the fucking security, not the fucking production people were standing around with their fucking hands on their cocks. Tony Khan was sitting with his fucking feet up, metaphorically, watching the money roll in. Fucking his producers are sitting there jagging one off. And then all of a sudden, 30 seconds, everybody's like, whoa, 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 what happened? No, like, there's no chance this went from fucking 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. There was a good 20-second ramp-up period before anything got physical that somebody should have got involved. And again, as a teacher, I have had hallway duty. You know the fucking signs. You can feel that, like, prickle in the air that some shit's about to go down. You hear the fucking kids, the hushed tones. Oh, wait, watch this happen. They knew what was going to happen, and no one did a damn thing to stop it. Did Tony want out of the business with Punk? Maybe. To me, that's the only logical conclusion here. Is that WB forced his hands. They said, Tony, we want a CM Punk show. Tony said, CM Punk got in a fight with the executive vice presidents of this company. WB said, we don't give a fuck. The Young Bucks don't draw shit. CM Punk draws big water, which is facts. We want him to have a show. Tony having no way out other than inciting physical, not, I guess I can't say inciting, responding to physical violence, being like, okay, that's it, we're done. And again, like, they made the big fucking show of it where they're like, oh, you're fired, CM Punk. You can't fire me. I quit. Like, all this is to say, it was a dumb fucking idea at all for anybody in AEW, let alone the fucking owner, to say on WrestleMania weekend, we're going to release the footage and be serious about it. To use another company's tippy top talent. This is a dude. Okay, this is a dude. You can make all the sounds you want, but this is a dude who was walking
Yeah,
out
I
with
will.
one of the two belts at WrestleMania. If that's not a tippy top talent, I don't know what is.
A tippy top, sure. V, no.
Did I say the? I'm sorry, a tippy top talent. I apologize.
I'm
Absolutely.
nitpicking.
Cody's bigger, 100%. But like, you're taking a dude who was absolutely going to main event WrestleMania, and you're using him to try and bolster your own ratings. But in the end, it came off as desperate, silly. It made the ownership and leadership of AEW look weak and ineffectual, and has been described by many as WCW-esque. Worst of all,
Mm-hmm.
late life WCW-esque. And I'm not just talking about us. Everybody I've talked to, the letters WCW has come up in the conversation. So, not a good look for anybody involved. And the other thing to remember is that Punk didn't go on Ariel Helwani's show being like, I'm gonna have a tell-all interview with about AEW. Ariel Helwani is a fucking broadcast journalist. He's a guy that is meant to fucking probe and get those answers, get the tough questions, So, and Punk's not a guy who's gonna back down from any of that shit. So, like, Ariel asked, Punk answered. Feeling the need of, I guess, being vindicated. Yes,
You can't absolve him.
I'm not absolving him, and I don't
if
think he
you look
absolved
at this
himself.
objectively, no, I mean like from the interview that he gave, you can't absolve him.
I mean, he was answering a question.
I don't care. No, you know how many times wrestlers have not answered questions? No, no.
And you know how much respect I lose for that? Like, bullshit. Like, if you have a question in front of you, answer it.
So, look, this whole situation is a tale of two children. Like, if you could write a book on AEW, Tony Khan, and CM Punk, and this trifecta here, it would be the name of that book would be A Tale of Two Children. Tony Khan, childish, releasing this footage. Like, let it go. Let it go. I know you met CM Punk. He disappointed you. It didn't turn out the way you wanted. Let it go. You have a whole fucking company. You have wrestlers of the past. And you have wrestlers of the future. Concentrate on your own shit. Let it go. You're a child. You're a petulant child. Let it go. CM Punk. When Ariel asked him that question, he could have just said, you know what? What happened with AEWs in the past? It didn't end amicably. I'm here now. Let's talk about what's going on now. Let's talk about WWE. Let's talk about where I go from here. Let's talk about Seth Rollins or Drew McIntyre. Let's talk about whenever I'm healthy and I go after the World Heavyweight Championship. There are a number of ways he could have answered that question, but he went the petulant, childish route. He buried AEW. He could have been diplomatic, but he wasn't. He could have simply stated facts of what happened. He said this. I went up to him. I said this. We got into a physical altercation. It ended badly. But instead, He buried Tony Khan. He buried AEW, said they're not in it to make money. They're not a real company. They're not legit, this, that, and the other thing. This is as much on Tony Khan for bad decision-making as it is on CM Punk for once again opening his mouth and saying something he probably shouldn't have said. They're both being childish. They're both being petty. They could both just let it go. Tony Khan has a whole company to run. CM Punk is back in WWE. He has a whole last part of his career ahead of him. Like, there's so much other stuff he could have talked about other than AEW. And he could have addressed AEW in a professional manner. Here are the facts. Here's what happened. It didn't end well. Next question. Instead, he went out of his way to bury Tony and bury AEW when he didn't need to. It was needless and when it was unnecessary. I'm not supporting Tony Khan in this. I'm saying they're both children and they both can't handle being an adult. I don't think they know how.
I wanna get Tom in here, but real quick, I want to put the seed out there. We know that Ariel is a WWE stooge. Like, that is a well-known thing.
Oh,
Ariel
sure.
Helwani is a WWE reporter. He is what Dave Meltzer is to AEW. I think that Ariel and Punk had their marching orders. Maybe not word for word, but I think TKO, Triple H, whomever, gave Punk carte blanche. They said do it. Because this is not an isolated incident. Triple H took a shot at Will Ospreay last week.
Oh, I did see that.
Over the WrestleMania docket. Pat McAfee made a joke about, being in another company with 600 people in an arena. Like, shots were fired by the biggest company in the world on somebody that they don't presume to be their competition.
That Vince didn't presume to be their competition.
Triple H has said it too. Everybody in TKO has said that AEW is not competition. I think, based upon what happened last week with the press docket, it would not shock me if CM Punk was given either marching orders to say, "Oh yeah, go ahead, fucking bury him," or your carte blanche to say whatever you want, as long as it makes them look stupid. I think that they knew that there would be a rebound. I think that they planned on this, and I think it fell right into their pocket. Go ahead, Tom.
No, you guys can finish it up. I'm waiting. I'm waiting until everybody exhausts everything they got to say about this.
If that's the case, Beef, I retract what I said. If Punk was told go bury them, then he did a masterful job. He did what he was told to a T, perfectly.
We'll never know, but I'm telling you, knowing that Ariel is a WWE guy, there's no way that those questions come out under Vince McMahon. There's no way that those questions aren't cleared by the board of directors or by Triple H. Somebody had to look at that run sheet of Ariel's and go, yeah, those are fine. So, like, again, I don't, and yes, like, I agree with your sentiment that Punk is a child, and I won't, argue against that. He said himself that he didn't handle the situation well. I think that's, notwithstanding. He's a dummy, and he, worked in the company of dummies, and when dummies work for dummies, then you get dummies.
Yeah.
So, and again, like, at the end of the day, though, here's the thing. I know that you have lost a lot of respect for Punk, and I get it. I don't know that you had as much as I did, because he was never like an influence on you.
No, he wasn't.
I'll tell you this. Taking the temperature of the room, taking the temperature of the last 24 hours, I can tell you this. That if anything, people are backing Punk more because it more or less aligned to exactly what he said. And people are kind of like doing what I did with AEW, where they're like, okay, well, I'm up against the edge of a cliff here, so I gotta sidestep at some point. I'm not gonna be fucking Mufasa here. Like, that's not gonna happen. Like, sometimes you just gotta let the bulls go over the cliff. So, like, I I just feel like, you know, the last, especially with Tony's business of with the boys, which we talked about a little bit, and I was like, I don't know if we'll mention it, but now that Tony Khan's a jerk, sure, let's mention it. That he made some releases, most of which were not too surprising. A couple of them kind of shocked me a little bit, but two of them were the boys, Dalton Castle's Entourage, that he's had for years and years and years with Ring of Honor. And he didn't just say you're released, because I think Tony Khan has a lot of Vince McMahon in him. Not
Uh-oh.
necessarily like, diddling women, but like I think he's got the ego of VKM.
He diddles cocaine, not women.
Yeah. I think
Allegedly.
that he has a huge ego and never wants to be the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
And so I believe that in the effort of not being the bad guy, he was like, well, we had to make a tough decision on Dalton Castle's boys because they didn't show up to the shows. And within, like, I don't know, not even fucking 6 hours, they were like, nope, here are our receipts of travel when we were asked to travel and where we were asked to travel to. We were at our commitments. Don't try to fuck us like that. So, it has not been a banner week for Tony Khan.
No. Nope.
And I think that ultimately the answer, and again, this is something that we as a group have kind of talked about a little bit, is basically removing him from the product. Same as another fucking billionaire owner. Let him be the money. Let him spend. Let him collect all of his little wrestling action figures he wants. But at the end of the day, let somebody who's not an active fucking competitor book the matches, produce the matches, oversee the matches, and have coherent stories.
Like I don't. You are more dialed in on AEW than I obviously am, but the in-ring work of AEW, I don't have a problem with. I don't have a problem with any of the in-ring work. Like
Superior
the
to
pay-per-views,
WWE, I'd say.
huh?
Superior to WWE, I'd say. But the
Yeah, I
problem
mean, like
is that without excitement and like storyline connecting them, great in-ring work is awesome for like an independent show if you're going to see it. But like for a weekly episodic television show that you are going to have pay-per-view buy rates from, that you want people to invest in, like, yeah, banger after banger after banger is awesome, but also get me fucking invested. Give me a reason to buy the pay-per-view
do you not
as
think they
opposed
have
to
good
giving me.
storylines?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
I think
I
I
don't
think
know
that
that I
they're
was
very
aware of
kind
that.
of. I think that they're very kind of bland and predictable, which isn't the worst. But at the same time, like, here's the thing: they're giving me reasons not to buy pay-per-views.
Ew.
And Dynasty's gonna be a fucking amazing show. But I'm sitting here being like, do I want to buy Dynasty? Like, I probably will, just because it's gonna be fucking off the charts. But like with all this bullshit, it's like I feel like I want to take a minute and be like, you know what, AEW, like we should send a message. Like, this is not okay.
All right. So, here's the thing. With all of this, there's multiple people's at fault. Number one, Triple H shouldn't be taking shots at the fucking talent or whatever, like Will Ospreay. I don't know that did he single him out specifically? I heard him say something about if people want to go to another place and work a lighter schedule, that's fine. Then they probably wouldn't cut it here anyways. Did he mention Will Ospreay by name, or how did Ospreay come up in that?
I mean, he didn't, but like that's kind of like because there was never any rumblings of them being close to a deal with Okada.
Okay, all
There
right.
was never really a deal with them being close to a thing with Mercedes. Like the word is that they wanted, that they did want Ospreay, but he chose AEW.
Okay, so while Triple H should not have said that, shouldn't even really bothered with that, he's not wrong, because many wrestlers will tell you that WWE is a whole nother world in of itself as far as the schedule and everything like that. And don't get me wrong, like I'm sure that there's people that, like, honestly, if you can go somewhere and work less and get paid more, I don't think there's anybody who wouldn't take that opportunity. I don't think there's anybody who wouldn't. But regardless, you have presumably, and what ended up being the biggest WrestleMania ever coming up. Stay in your fucking lane. So Triple H was at fault for that. You know, Pat McAfee taking his pop shot. Yeah. WWE shouldn't be worried about taking pop shots at anybody in AEW. Stay in your lane. As far as CM Punk goes, I don't know if Arya, whatever his name is, the dude that interviewed him, is I wasn't
Ariel.
aware. Sure, that guy.
Like
whatever.
Little Mermaid.
Cool. That guy that interviewed Punk, I never heard that he was like completely a WWE stooge, but I did hear that he had like a really he had a less than favorable interview with Tony Khan, where Tony Khan kind of no commented him on everything. And then ever since then, there's always just been this fucking whatever between him and Tony Khan. So it doesn't surprise me that he tried to draw those questions out of Punk. Yeah, Punk could have gave him a no comment. And at the same time, though, he even said, listen, you know, I really don't want to like discuss a whole lot of stuff, you know, NDAs and whatever. But Punk stated what happened pretty much verbatim for what the video showed. And he did admit that, like, he laid hands on Jack Perry. He admitted to that. He didn't say that, you know, Perry hit him first or anything like that or whatever. This all goes back before the video footage, before All In. This goes back to All Out. And the fact of the matter is that people were in the wrong back then, and it did not get fucking handled the way it should have by Tony Khan and by anybody else in charge. It did not get handled the way it needed to get handled. Now it snowballs. Now we're at All In. Now this shit happens. Now, how much of whatever Punk said is true, we'll never know. If he said to Tony Khan, listen, hey, giving me the Saturday show or whatever isn't gonna fix this. Like, this isn't gonna work. People don't want me here. You know, your EVPs don't want me here. That's fucking the writing's on the wall there. But they still went through with it. And according to Punk, the whole incident with him even going to talk to Jungle Boy stemmed from Tony Schiavone coming to him saying, hey, Jack wants to do this spot with Real Glass, blah, 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 blah. I've told him no. So-and-so's told him no. Multiple people told him no. Honestly, it shouldn't have even had gotten to Punk. It should have gone from like Schiavone. He should have just taken it to Tony Khan and said, hey, listen, you need to fucking deal with this guy. Once again, be a fucking boss, grow a pair of balls, quit trying to be everybody's friend and be their fucking boss. So, a whole lot of this shit, the whole lot of it, and presumably, if you believe the reports, the Young Bucks supposedly didn't want to really release this video footage, but Tony Khan pushed for it, is a rumbling that I heard.
So I
all of
heard,
it. Hold on.
just to clarify, I want to clarify that point real quick. It's not that they were against it. It was just not their idea. It was Tony Khan's idea.
Okay. Either way, so that fucking makes it even worse on him. He should have dealt with the shit at All Out. He should have dealt with it before it got to All In with everything with Jungle Boy. It was his decision. If it's his idea and his decision to release this video, again, it goes back to something that Ransom said. Even if WWE's over here taking their pop shots or anything like that, that's on them to be in the wrong. That they can take all the pop shots they want. You don't have to respond in kind back to it. You don't have to worry about that. This isn't the Monday Night Wars again. All right? Fucking grow up, grow a pair of balls, be a boss, make some responsible decisions. Because ultimately, the people suffering the most from this, Tony Khan's making himself look like an asshole between this and the releases that Beef had mentioned. That was a whole nother thing too. Tony Khan's not looking very good in this. He is not coming out smelling like a rose. And another person that I really feel sorry for, probably, I don't know if you thought about this, Adam Copeland. Because literally a week before all this shit, Adam Copeland goes out after Tony Khan opened his fucking mouth about firing the boys for what he said was them no-showing, and they basically called bullshit and made him look like an idiot. After that, after Tony Khan makes himself look like an asshole, Adam Copeland goes out there, and I'm sure probably to a little bit of marching orders from Tony Khan, gives this fucking rah-rah cheerleader speech. You know, let's end the tribalism, which he's not wrong. Don't get me wrong. Like, he's not wrong. I agree with the I agree with the idea behind the message. Okay? Like, Adam Copeland mentioned WWE and people in the crowd were booing. He said, no, don't boo. Celebrate. We're all in this, professional wrestling team together, whether we work here or there or whatever. Like, it shouldn't have to be an us versus them mentality. And he's not wrong. But after all that happens, then this shit happens. So everything that you just had Adam Copeland speaking to about all the positive things and how great it is to be at AEW and all this and that, whether you agreed with him or not, all that's for naught. You fucking threw it away.
Think about that.
You fucking threw it away for nothing. And here's the thing, really, when you really think about this, and there was something that you said, Beef, that I'm really, 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 really glad to hear you say. Get me emotionally invested. Get me invested. Get me interested. That is the biggest thing, because you hit the nail on the head. For all the fucking, and this isn't shitting on the spot monkeys or anything like that, or anything like whatever. AEW can deliver great stories and stuff like that. Great in-ring work and stuff like that. When you go out there and leave it out all out on the floor, fucking every single night or whatever. Yeah, great for an indie style type of mindset. But when you're doing weekly television where you need to build quote unquote long-term storytelling, whether that's 2 months, 6 months, a year, 3.5 fucking years, 84,000 years as the Universal Champ, whatever, you have to think ahead past just the end of that night. Okay? So, like you said, yes, get me invested. I was glad to hear you say that. So, on that mindset, releasing this video footage, they basically tried to, from what I've seen and heard, they basically tried to use this now as like a storyline point of the Bucks claim the video footage and everything that happened back there. They're blaming FTR, kayfabe wise. They're blaming FTR for being friends with Punk and kind of basically inciting him to go make this confrontation with Jungle Boy, and that's why they were distracted, and that's why they lost it all in. Pretty weak fucking storyline, number one. Number two, it doesn't benefit anybody in this fucking thing that they're doing, whatever storyline, whatever angle they're working in AEW, because guess what? The babyface team that the Young Bucks are shitting on and lining him up with the quote-unquote villainous Punk, guess whose fucking name your crowd was chanting the whole time? Somebody else in another fucking company. They weren't chanting for FTR. They weren't chanting for Young Bucks. They were chanting for CM Punk. So you've done no service to anybody. You've done no service to your... Tony Khan's not done a service to himself. He's not doing a service to his fucking wrestlers. Definitely fucking shit all over everything that Adam Copeland said and Rod and cheerleaded for the week before. What fucking good came out of this? Not a goddamn thing. Nothing.
Which
Nothing.
is ironic because Copeland was just a fucking puppet for Tony Khan.
You think you know me?
Yeah, right. Literally, like there was no pun intended there. He was just a puppet for Tony Khan after having been put on blast. I think that was actually like the direct. I think that was like the direct response to the Punk interview.
Yeah.
And then a few days later, he's like, this'll really get him now.
And don't get me wrong. Like, let's not get it twisted. Ransom said it way earlier on. The moment that, if Ransom comes up to me, actually, let's turn it around a little bit. If I go up to Ransom and I start antagonizing him and talk about his kids, talk about his wife, and get real fucking personal, because we all know each other well enough. We all know that there's that fucking button that we could push where you might just send somebody over the edge. Yes. Even if I'm verbally antagonizing, harassing, the moment he would put hands on me, he's the one that committed assault. Now, am I in the wrong for antagonizing him and trying to incite him to get to that point? Yeah, I am. So, again, it's a whole lot of everybody in the fucking wrong. And everybody needs to mind their fucking business, stay in their fucking lanes, focus on what you're here to do. Put on good quality fucking professional wrestling, storytelling, and fucking sell the product. Get us invested, and get us talking about something other than some fucking backstage bullshit chicanery. Listen, I get it. Dirt sheets sell. Fucking, if no press is bad press. Well, in this case, it is bad press. And, I mean, again, going all the way back to fucking All Out, quote-unquote, Brawl Out. We should have been sitting there, talking about, wow, what a great fucking main event, this and that. What were you talking about instead? Fucking stupid backstage bullshit antics between CM Punk and the Young Bucks and, and whoever. Then fucking All In. Biggest show that AEW has ever and arguably may ever do. Fucking, hasn't been a crowd like that back in Wembley for professional wrestling since God knows when. What are we fucking talking about? Fucking stupid fucking shit between CM Punk and Jungle Boy Jack Perry. WrestleMania weekend. Here we are, show of shows, Showcase of the Immortals, biggest WrestleMania ever. And was, 2 nights of an amazing card. What are we talking about instead? Stupid fucking bullshit between CM Punk and AEW. Now, that's not me fucking pulling a jab at CM Punk, because yes, he has been a common denominator and all those things that I just mentioned. But the point is, get your heads out of your asses and do what you know how to do. Everybody is more than capable of putting on an amazing fucking product, because we've seen some good storytelling out of AEW, both, like just from an actual storyline point and then like with it in the ring too, like within a match. I mean, my God, MJF and Bryan Danielson, the fucking 60-man and Iron Man match and everything like that. Everybody saying all the shit that MJF can't wrestle and there's no way he could do it, and he went out and fucking proved everybody wrong and all that. Great fucking storytelling. Everything with Cody, great fucking storytelling. So get your heads out of your asses and do what you know how to fucking do. Put on some good goddamn professional wrestling for a change. End of rant.
We kind of want to gloss over this thought. If CM Punk's interview was done on purpose, like as a collaboration between Triple H, CM Punk, Ariel, whatever, like if they really got together and were like, you know what, I want you to say all this. If that happened, bravo. Bravo to them. Because not only did CM Punk paint Tony Khan and AEW in a poor light, AEW's response was to advertise a video in advance talking about one of their competition's biggest stars. So AEW is essentially at that point advertising footage of CM Punk, a wrestler who is now employed by WWE. Then they proceed to come out and spend their airtime, their money, their advertisers' money, showing footage of and promoting one of the top wrestlers from their competition from WWE. So that's two whoops. That's one, you're advertising footage of CM Punk. Two, you're spending your airwaves and your advertisers' money showing CM Punk and talking about him on your television program. 3C, pick a name, number, letter. Now everyone is talking about it. The internet wrestling community is talking about it. Everybody's talking about CM Punk. CM Punk, CM Punk. This has been a colossal backfire for AEW, and if this was done on purpose, this is a colossal power move for WWE. Think about it. You're getting your competition, you're getting another wrestling company to spend their advertisers' money to advertise for one of your top guys. So, oh my heavens. If Tony Khan or AEW thought, oh, we're going to get him. I'm going to show you. I'll show all of them. You fucking didn't. You showed nobody. All you did was show your biggest competition. If you're AEW, WWE is your biggest competition. You're showing your biggest competition's like top 1, 2, 3 stars. You said it earlier, Beef. Tony Khan needs to be the money, and somebody else needs to start running the program. Or there needs to be somebody in place, a PR guy in place that can say to Tony, this is a bad idea. You probably shouldn't do this. You don't want to show footage of your competition's biggest star. You don't want to go out and spend our advertisers' money and our airwaves and our airtime talking about and showing our competition's biggest. We don't want to do that. That's a bad idea. Stop that. But they don't have anybody to do that. It's just Tony, a big bag of money, and allegedly big bag of cocaine.
Bag of money.
And like he's just kind of like, boy, I'll show you, you old rapscallion, you rough and stuffer. You're gonna make me a mad, and I'm gonna take this, you. But it colossal backfire, just a disaster. PR, advertising, like promoting wise, big flop. Whoopsie daisy.
Yeah, it wasn't great. And I keep coming back to this. Like, it just paints Tony Khan so juvenilely. The the thing that I go back to that I keep hearing comparisons to is the old adage, that'll put butts in seats.
Late stage WCW.
Well, not even late stage. Like that was Attitude Era WCW.
Yep.
The guy who said that, Tony Schiavone. I almost said Tony Khan. Tony Schiavone.
Well,
Um, after
Hmm.
the promo hit, they came back to the announce desk. He had his head down, his hand on his face, almost as to say, "How am I gonna be involved in two of these things? Like, how is this shit even remotely fucking possible?"
You mean like after
I
the CM Punk
After the
footage?
CM
yeah.
Punk, yep.
Yeah, I
Oh
forgot. I forgot about
no!
that. Like
They
Shivani
cut to
looked
Oh,
so
Shivani.
disappointed.
Yep.
oh
Disillusioned. He
no!
was like, "How is this happening to me again? I don't
Oh no!
understand." And again, like I love AEW. I really truly do because it has given me everything that I've wanted out of a professional wrestling organization. Like it has indified between it and NXT, it has indified the game, which is I think for the better. But it also has made it not Tony Khan has made some real bad mistakes. I think you'd be hard pressed to find somebody who would say that like the first 2 years of AEW were not amazing. Especially given the pandemic. Like how great they came out of the gate and how great that they looked. Man, but like the last pretty much if if you're telling me that like, put a time frame on it, pretty much since Brawl Out
Mm-hmm.
has been nothing but drama and questionable booking decisions and just not where the focus should be.
Yep.
And that is absolutely on booking and not even booking on Tony Khan. I think that WWE could stand to learn a lot of like in-ring storytelling from the stuff that AEW does. I think that AEW could stand to learn a lot of like the long-term storytelling from the stuff that WWE does. Um, I don't think you'll ever see that happen necessarily because I think that they both think that they're going about it the right way. Um, kind of, sort of, almost segueing. Like, I think that WrestleMania was amazing, but I think that the main event on Sunday night was like 25 minutes,
Well, let's
maybe 30 with all the bullshit.
let's not
But
segue
like,
too hard into that because we still have we have a whole other episode that we can talk about all that.
yeah, no, no, no. Like, I'm not, but I'm saying that, like, purportedly, and from my estimation, probably one of, if not the best WrestleMania of all time, had some matches that I think could have gone a little bit and would have stood to go a little bit longer, given what they were all about.
Right.
Um,
No, like the
and that's something that I think AEW does. They're like, hey, go ahead, go Broadway, make have a 20-25 minute match. If you can do well with it and it doesn't make it drag, fucking do it up. I just feel like WWE feels like the fans don't have the attention span for that, or whatever the case may be. And maybe I'm in the wrong. Maybe, people aren't there for 20-25 minute matches. But I think, and I'm not saying that every match, but like certainly your big title matches, like the Intercontinental title match could have been, 5-10 minutes longer. The United States title match, I think, could have been five or so minutes longer. I think that there are times where um, it would have produced a better option.
Oh yeah, no, you're not wrong.
Um,
Like, I mean, obviously there's stuff that everybody could learn from one another. I mean, I will say like I don't know the time of the matches on the cards and stuff like that for NXT, but like NXT, has a dare I say, has that kind of that indie vibe or whatever, because of the fact that, like, they do have weekly, they kind of have a blend of the best of both worlds. They have weekly episodic storytelling and stuff like that, culminating with, like, the once a quarter, like, big fuck you blow off cards and stuff like that. I mean, again, I don't want to get too far into it, but Jesus Christ, that North American title triple threat match on NXT, my God, like, it was amazing.
Yeah, dude.
It was amazing.
I am convinced that I should have fucking made mention of this prior, because it's always been true, but like now more than ever, the NXT North American title is absolutely the fucking BMF title of WWE. It is the show me what you got title. It is the fucking if I so like growing up in the 90s, everyone was like, I wanted to be Intercontinental Champion. Like, yeah, having the main belt would have been cool and all that. But like the Intercontinental title was the one that, like, the workman held.
Yeah.
That was the belt and I think that the same is true of NXT North American title. I think that that's really like the most impressive belt right now. Uh, in that, um, in sports entertainment, I think that that might even be like my favorite like title to watch now in any brand, not just WWE, but like again across all brands really. The North American title, the BMF title, if you will. And I mean that match went 15 minutes. I don't know, man. Like Gunther Sammy went 17, but it definitely did not fucking feel like 17.
Well, see,
It felt like
I
that
think
match
that's
could have
kind
went
of
longer.
I think that's kind of a good thing too. Then, like, to the point you were making, like, maybe some matches could go a little bit longer and stuff like that in the sense of WWE matches, but sometimes less is more. Sometimes you don't need it to go longer because it feels longer, and there's no innuendos intended or anything like that. Like,
I mean,
it just depends on, again, that's where it comes down to what you do in the ring and the in-ring psychology and the in-ring storytelling and stuff like that, because you could take a moment, like, look at for example, go back to Rock Hogan at WrestleMania, and I mean, I'm sure the match probably felt a little bit longer than what it was, because a big portion of that at the beginning was them just standing there doing nothing and getting a reaction from the crowd and just fucking letting the crowd feed into it all and everything like that. So when you know how to work the crowd that way, and here's the thing, drawing emotion out of people. That's why Gunther and Sammy felt the way it did, because they were drawing emotion out of you, because
Well,
like,
okay, okay, so hear me out though. Like, am I wrong that like it it felt like Gunther Sammy just like I I don't want to feel like it never hit top speed, but because it did, but it felt like there was no in between. Like it felt like there was the start of the match and then the finish, and it felt like we were kind of like robbed of like a middle of the match. Ironically, Hogan versus Rock went about a minute longer than Gunther versus Sammy. So like and I respect the hell out of Sammy. I respect the hell out of Gunther. I don't know if it's because Sammy was the winner, but I like that whole match just kind of felt like I was expecting more from it, and it just wasn't there for me.
I mean, I personally didn't have a
I
problem
think it
with
was
it.
really good.
Yeah, I personally didn't have a problem. I didn't think that I didn't think it needed to go a little bit longer. If it did, I would not have complained. Because I'm sure between Gunther and Sammy, again, both of them knowing how to draw emotion out of the crowd. Sammy especially, because he's always been able to draw emotion that way, because for so much of his career, he's been that the scrappy underdog, and when you're the scrappy underdog babyface, you have to be able to draw on people's emotions and get them invested and believe in you. So I'm not surprised that it felt longer than what it was. And I don't know. I don't know that I would say that it felt like there was like no middle. Maybe that's just because of how hard hitting and everything that it was. Like, granted, it was not like, a Young Bucks, spot fest, super fast paced like that, but it was fuck you, like smack you in the mouth, strong style paced. So maybe that was it. I don't know. But again, I didn't have a problem with it, but if it would gone a little bit longer, I wouldn't have minded, because I'm sure it still would have been good. So.
And like, I think that is literally the only match on the okay, Cody and Roman probably could have won a little bit longer. And I know what, before all the fuckery happened, I think I would have liked a little bit longer of them.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like the Obafemi Josh Briggs Dijak
Boba
match was
Fett.
awesome. Perfectly booked, I think. Great timing. The United States title match, again, about the same time frame, about 15 or so minutes. And again, it gave exactly what it promised, and I think that it was really good. I just something felt off about the IC title match for me. Again, and like last year's banger was amazing, and it was almost exactly the same time. So like, I don't know. I suspect you're right. Like, there's something that was amiss in the booking, I guess. Something in that match was just kept me from being like that was a 5-star match. Probably like 4.5 or so, but like, which is still great. But, like, something in me just was like, "Eh." Like, I wanted a little bit more out of it. Just, squeeze that lemon just a little bit harder.
Yeah,
Give
I
me
mean,
that last little bit of juice.
and again, I mean, again, this all rounds back to saying, nothing's ever going to be 100% perfect, but I will say, if this kind of maybe put a little bow on everything, I think that right now we are just getting into, for lack of better terms, we're getting into a really exciting new era of professional wrestling. Just with the fact that Triple H is at the helm, and we know he really is, and we can definitely get into more of that in the next episode, i.e. Paul Heyman's Hall of Fame speech. Man, if everybody can fucking keep themselves focused on what they need to do and do their jobs and try to go out and put on the best product possible. I mean, years ago we were saying it's a great time to be a wrestling fan again. I'd still say that now. There's always going to be some hiccups. These last 2 weeks are a glaring indication of that. But hey, you got the rest of this year to bounce back from that. You got, you have tons of time. Rebound, refocus, get the shit done and do it right.
And I'll say this, Dynasty's in a couple of weeks. I think that it might be the show of the year. You're looking at Swerve Joe. You're looking at Danielson versus Osprey. You're looking at Pac versus fucking Okada. Young Bucks versus FTR. Like, we're talking fucking rarefied air here. So I believe that Dynasty, at the end of this year, we're going to be talking about Dynasty. Maybe not for the same reasons that we'll talk about WrestleMania, or All In potentially, or fucking SummerSlam. Who knows? But I think that Dynasty is going to be just a fucking banger of a show. So like, I don't want to say that like it's all doom and gloom on the AEW front. Like, no, I am very much psyched for Dynasty. Despite Tony Khan being, to quote my buddy Poot, a fucko. Um, you know, all that being said, I still think he's put together a hell of a fucking wrestling card at the end of this month. And, to bookend a month with an amazing WrestleMania and a fucking great show like Dynasty, like, hell yeah, let's fucking go. Let's ride.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure we'll be picking it, so we'll definitely be talking about it more as it comes up. But I say with that, why don't we wrap up this first show here?
No, I call it. Thanks,
Oh,
everybody,
time
for listening to the Pittsburgh Pod Driver Podcast. Fuck you, Poop, for not being here. You have betrayed us all and hurt our feelings and broken our hearts, just like Cody broke the rocks. Shut it off.